So here we're just looking at the taxonomy of cognitive demand levels for the examination. So we got this from the CAPS, which is the source used by teachers around the world to actually establish how to teach and what to teach. So we took this out because we wanted to show you how the multiple choice is set, and even how the whole exam itself is actually set using these levels, of cognitive demand. The first one is recall. It's easier. We'll do an example later on. You recall something, that means you have to study all your terms and definitions, and then they just ask you, what is heat reaction, and then they give you multiple choices, and then they give you choices, then you have to say A, B, C according to the terms and definitions and the way you have learned it. And then the second one is comprehension. Comprehension is more of actually they give you something longer, and then you have to use your terms and definitions that you have learned and actually put it in a case scenario. In paper one, it's quite a relevant strategy that they use a lot in paper one, because they can ask you, John is sitting and he stands up and starts running. What is the momentum, and then they give you the choices, something like that. Analysis and application, that's the more harder one. So as the levels go up, it gets even harder. Analysis and application, they give you a huge scenario, and then you have to extract all that information, A, B, C, and D, and then you have to actually, use all that information and analyze everything, and then apply some certain rules, and then look at the relationship between two things. And then for evaluation and synthesis, that is actually uh, the hardest one. This one needs you to be a think out of the box person. You need to always be thinking out of the box and things like that. We'll look at it in more detail when we get to the examples later on. So, multiple choice tips and strategies. That is what we are here for. So, the first tip is read the entire question. So, read a multiple choice question in its entirety before glancing over the answer options, because with the current technology, we can easily access past papers, and so now it gets really hard because with past papers, you read all the multiple choice questions, you practice and all that stuff, and then when you get to the exam, you see a question that actually looks like what you did. It can, maybe it's not it. They changed slightly 2 or 3 words, but you just look and you think it's the same thing, and then you go choose, but it's not, and then you see you fail that. Answer it in your mind first. That is very important. After reading a question, always answer it in your mind before even reviewing the answer options. This will help you prevent you. This will help prevent you from talking yourself out of the correct answer. So if you answer it in your mind first, you know what you're expecting the options to be. You know what you're expecting in the options, and then you actually take that option. So eliminate the wrong answers. If you're going into process